It doesn't matter which diet you follow, you will not achieve your fitness goals if you just do not follow some simple yet super effective practices that we're going to discuss today. Diet and nutrition is extremely simple, but it has been made way too complicated by a lot of professionals with so many terms that are given to the diet and nutritional practices, terms like keto, LCD, LCHF. It doesn't matter which diet you follow, you will not achieve your fitness goals if you just do not follow some simple yet super effective practices that we're going to discuss today. Welcome to my video log number 2, guys. If you're watching this video log after watching my first video log on YouTube, it's yet to be released on a Monday, so I've kept the consistency meter on. So every vlog that I produce, I just launch it or release it real time on Instagram and Facebook. But on YouTube, it's released on Mondays, Thursdays and Saturdays. The reason I'm letting you guys know about it is to ensure that as my subscribers, you're not connected with me on one platform alone. You're connected with me on all the platforms, be it YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. If you're watching it on YouTube, the YouTube channel name is The Lifestyle Hacker. Just in case if you're watching this on Instagram, it's Stream Legacy Fitness. Do follow me there if you're not yet following me to get regular updates and a lot of content related to health and fitness. And if you're watching it on my Facebook page, follow my page and I'm more than happy to help you with all the means possible. So in today's video, I'm certainly going to talk about my favorite 2 amazing apps that could ensure that you stay fit forever without the need to go to a dietitian or a sports nutritionist by crafting a diet plan for yourself. But before we get there, let's talk about the practices I was speaking about. If you just don't follow a certain practice, no matter what diet you follow, you're not going to achieve your goals. So let's talk about practice number 1. Know how much to eat. See, whenever I come across training a new client or come across people who ask for help or come across some attendees in my workshops, the first thing that they ask is, sir, do we lose weight if we eat oats? Or do we lose weight if we only eat fruits? If I eat a lot of chicken, will I put on good muscles? If I drink a lot of whey protein, do I get good amount of muscles? Or do I get some vascularity? Like, there are so many questions that are brought up, and I won't blame them for bringing these questions. I'm more than happy to answer them all. But the biggest problem that I have with these questions is the priority level. We all know what to eat to stay fit because that's the way the advertising industry works. They just put stuff across, let you know what to eat, what not to eat, and thanks to the internet, the information is not hidden, it's there on the internet as well. But the biggest problem is that people don't emphasize on how much to eat. So just in case if you're watching this video and I don't know how do I cultivate this thought in your head, the first priority that you need to give is how much to eat. The term how much to eat is directly correlated to your body type. Now, how do you know how much to eat? Every body has a certain basal metabolic rate. Now, it is absolutely wrong to starve and not eat food just to lose weight, and it's equally wrong to have extremely caloric dense high fat food. Right? You need to eat, or rather I'll put it across like this. You need to live like a minimalist when it comes to diet and nutrition. You need to eat what is sufficient for you. What determines that is a basal metabolic rate. If you wish to know what your BMR is, there are so many calculators that are available online. I'll just share a link of one of the BMR calculators along with this video. You can just click the link and so height, weight, gender and age lets you know what your BMR is. Depending upon your activity level, it will just throw a figure. You just need to ensure that you're eating as per that figure so that you end up achieving your goals. The very next practice, practice number 2. Now that you know how much to eat, it is equally important to eat protein, carbs, fats, and ensure that you're having a decent amount of fiber. Now, this is where it's extremely simpler to stay fit. That's how I'll put across. Never ever compromise on your taste buds. Choose your food that you like the best, but just make sure that the food has enough macros. Now, as far as macro is concerned, I'm talking about protein, carbs, fats. Every macronutrient has a purpose. Protein aids in muscle building along with enhancing fat loss. Carbohydrate is a direct source of energy. Fat, specifically healthy fat, is the reason why your organs stay healthy. Having good amount of water soluble and insoluble fiber will aid in digestion and clean gut. So these four parameters have to be equally given importance. If again, getting back to how much these macronutrients be, very simple, very easy. If you're consuming protein, just get your body weight in kgs. If you're like 70 kgs, multiply that figure by 2 or 1.5. So that is the amount of protein. If I'm 70 kgs, I should be consuming a minimum of 1.5 into 70, which is close to around 105 grams of protein, to a maximum of 140 grams, which is 70 into 2. So either 1.5 to 2 grams of protein is what I need to consume. Similarly, if in case you're consuming carbs, the biggest issue with consumption of carbohydrate is excess consumption of carbohydrate. Now, the reason why we consume carbs is to get energy. Now, just imagine the energy that you're supposed to burn is not burned. You're just getting fat. So it's not the fat, it's not the protein that gets you fat. It's excess amount of carbs that's not broken down, basically will make you fat. Similarly comes fats. Just ensure that you are having healthy fat in your diet. 1 gram of fat equals 9 calories. So if you're going by the ratio, I'll say you should consume close to 30% protein, 30% fats, and 40% carbohydrate. So if it's a 1,000 calorie meal that you're eating, 300 calories could come from protein, 300 from from fat, and 400 from carbohydrate. Make sure that the fiber, there's enough amount of fiber, anywhere between 15 grams to 25 grams. How to track how much macronutrients you're going to consume, I'm going to show you that in the later part of the video through the 2 amazing apps that I've handpicked, which helps me, which helps my clients track their performance. So that was point number 2. Point number 3. Track your macros on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis for the rest of your life. Well, it's just a practice for 4 weeks. Trust me, guys. Once you get used to it, you get to know how much you're eating. Once you get to know how much you're eating, you know where you're leading. And where you're leading is a healthy and a fit lifestyle. How do you track your macros? You get to see that in the app later. But before we reach there, I need to discuss the very important point after we spoke about. Track your macros. It's not just nutrition alone that could get you in shape. Decent amount of water intake. I've come across so many people whose major issue is not being able to drink sufficient water. Now, water again aids in digestion, and it is a crime to not drink water when you are working out, when you're following a strict nutrition. So do make it a point that you're drinking enough water. How much is enough? I'll say a minimum of 3 liters to a maximum of 5 liters should be enough to keep you hydrated. Very simple, very easy. Work out at least 4 to 6 days in a week and ensure that you're sleeping in a sound manner. At times, if you're not able to complete your sleep, give that mental peace to yourself by just taking a power nap or just follow some meditative techniques. Very important, very easy. I just spoke about it. Track your macros, track your habit, track your lifestyle, but you need to do it daily, which means it's the consistency that could get you results. Now, here's a pro tip to get yourself consistent. Just click your picture right in front of the mirror in the beginning of the week. Follow a practice of tracking your macros, tracking your lifestyle, see how you're sleeping, see how you're drinking water, and exactly 1 week down the line, as soon as you wake up early morning on a Saturday on an empty stomach, post your hygiene activity, check your weight, check yourself, see how good you're looking. When you look at yourself getting upgraded and enhanced than how you were a week before, you will love the process of staying consistent, and I'm sure you'll make it as a lifestyle. Get fit digitally, which means now I'm going to tell you about these two super amazing apps that could get you fit. I'll take you through my mobile screen and let you know how you can use them to track your macros, track your calories. That is Fat Secret. As a professional, I use this website a lot. It's available on the browser. All you have to do is open this up, know how much calories every food item contains. Now, like I told you in the very first point, it really doesn't matter what you eat, but what does matter is the nutritional value. Make sure that you're eating wholesome food that's loaded with nutrients. So be it upma, dosa, soybean, eggs, whatsoever you eat in breakfast. I'll give you an example how it tells you what is the total amount of calories it has. Say for instance, if you're consuming eggs, so here it is. I go over here, I select boiled eggs. This is Fat Secret, the website. It tells you the amount of calories one boiled egg could have, along with a total fat, total carbs, and the total amount of protein with saturated fat and sugar. If you want to get a holistic view of it, you just click on this button, you scroll through, and you get a detailed nutritional value. Now, how do you go about adding it to your food diary? Just add the numbers that you've consumed. Say for instance you had 3, just click save and click save again. As you can see, in your breakfast so far you've consumed close to 231 calories, which includes close to 15.85 grams protein, carbs very less, that's the goal, 1.68, enough amount of fat. I just read it the other way around, so it's 18.79 protein, 1.68 carbs, and 15.85 fat. So that's how this specific food diary works. Now once you're done through, you can keep a track, and you can also probably add your exercises here. You can see how much calories could you consume for the rest of the day, the calories consumed. It tells you the total amount of fiber, and it gives you this particular circle. Now whenever you look at this circle, now I'm not sure so I have the yellow color, the blue color. I am colorblind, so I don't really know the other color is, but the protein 33% has to be the highest. That should take the maximum part of it, making sure you're having enough fiber to digest your food well. Now once you're done tracking, you just go to day number 2. It's very easy, very much user friendly. So a few details that you get to enter with your weight, your start weight, what your goal is. There's an inbuilt PMR. It tells you how much to eat, and we've spoken about the importance of how much to eat. So this is Fat Secret. It's available on Android as well as iOS. So you can use this app. Now I'm going to talk about the very next app. Wait a minute. Before I switch to another app, if you see where it's written today, if you click on today, you can see how your days have been. Say for instance, if for last month, how much it was, and so on. So there it is. You click on the calendar. So today being March 1st, that's how. And all you have to do is just add up macros. You can also add your recipes, your specific food. If you click on the plus symbol, you have the option to add new recipe, the recipes of some existing food items. If you click over here, it tells you how to prepare cauliflower rice and so on. Yeah, it's a premium feature. You can have it. You don't have it, it really doesn't matter. It still solves the purpose. The food items, the recently eaten, the most eaten, and the saved meals. It does give you an option to save your meals. So that's how it works. Now I'm gonna just switch back to the main screen and show you the app that I personally use. Well, as I show you that app, I'm going to also show you how my cheat day was yesterday. Oh god, what did I open up? So there it is. Lose It, LOSEIT. This is the app that I use. This is how the interface looks like when you're tracking it. There I am, a fat little man, with a few apps that are still shown on my journey to single-digit body fat. So if you see, once you enter your details, this is how the app looks like. This was my yesterday's macros. It was a Sunday. I give myself a day to cheat, and that's the day when I possibly eat a little beyond my macros and consume a lot. Now, if you click on my day, it shows you how the week has been, and it shows you how much calories you've been consuming. And if you click on the calories part on the top right corner, you get to select the options of macronutrients. So as you can see, the other line there, that's the fat that I consumed, quite a lot. 15% of protein, carbohydrate, and just 6% of protein. Absolutely rubbish eating day. But I'm going to compensate by going on an intermittent fast and going on a 500 calorie meal that will include close to 700 to 1000, that could include close to 70 to 80% protein. Now I'm going to show you how my Saturday looked like. As you can see, my macronutrient, again, protein was less, carb was comparatively more, fat was close to 60 grams. As you can see, on Friday, I did have enough amount of protein, carb, fat. So it gives you a gist about how much you've been eating. If you click on that circle, it gives you a total amount of food item that you've consumed for an entire day. This app is really, really good, and there's a reason why I've given this particular app as number one. That's because this app specifically has a camera that scans the nutritional value of food items, and once it scans it, it preloads everything in there, so you don't have to manually put stuff. But at times, if the figures are mismatching, you can always update it. So I'll show you how do you log. It's a pretty standard method of logging. It's a standard method for all the apps: adding breakfast, adding lunch, adding dinner, adding snacks. Now, if in case you have to add a food item that is not available in the records, how do you go about doing that? So say, for instance, let me pick up the most unhealthiest stuff that I have in my refrigerator, and that's for my son. Obviously, I stay away from sugar as much as I can. So I'm going to select the snack item, click on create new food, and I'll click the option that says autofill with your camera. Now when I click on autofill with your camera, the camera opens up, and I'm showing you something that you are not supposed to consume because it's loaded with a lot of sugar. So I'm going to roll over. My little boy seems to help, but I'm trying to keep him away so he doesn't create a lot of disturbance. I'm going to go close to the nutritional label. Make sure that the entire label is visible in the viewfinder. I'm going to close it and start off again. There it is. As you can see, the app has mapped the total amount of macros. Don't get deceived by saying 4 grams of protein, because look at the sugar. Your target is to stay within 25 to 40 grams max. Now imagine having 25 grams with just one bar. That's quite a lot, isn't it? Now when you click on create food, you get the option to write the food name, write the food brand, and when you scroll down, you can simply compare the serving size, the total calories that it has, the fat it has, carbohydrate it has, the protein it has. At times the numbers might mismatch, but does that mean that you should just get along with the number? Not really. So for instance, if the numbers are mismatching, click on that particular symbol, like say for instance protein, I'll take it off and maybe I'll take 4.88. So I've added it. Now you get an option to share this food with all users. Karma points are super cool. Trust me guys, you do good karma, you earn good karma, which means do share it with others so that they can be benefited. You can give it the name, whatever it is, give it the brand, and just click done, and you're basically done. Say for instance, I just write something over here. You get an option. You also get an option to select the icon. I'm going to select a cupcake carrot, probably just for per se. Everything's done. I click here, and there it is. The food is ready. The sodium intake is wasn't captured. I'm going to click 0 here. The calories wasn't captured, so I'm going to type 437. Now I get the option to add. So I click add, and I'm done. I'm not going to add it there because I didn't consume it. It will just make my food food diary extremely ugly. Now this is what you have to do. These are the 2 apps that would create wonders in your fitness life. Ignore the notifications. I hope you liked today's video. So now that you're done watching it, just hit the subscribe button, hit the notification, and just get notified every time I share my video log.